With America's expansion into the West, commuter train passengers didn't have the luxury of extravagant hotel stops or gourmet food restaurants in the new barren landscape this side of the Mississippi. But as settlers came to conquer the West, American entrepreneurship and opportunity came too. Fred Harvey saw the appalling conditions of food and service at train stops along the Santa Fe rail lines and decided to do something about it. The Harvey House was born. At one point in history, there was a Harvey House every 100 miles along the Santa Fe line, and one of those was the division point in Slaton, Texas.
It was built in 1912. Slaton was established in 1911, and the Santa Fe established Slaton. They needed a division point, and they at one time, Slaton was the largest division point between Chicago and San Francisco. The Harvey houses operated till 1946. That's when the youngest grandson passed away, and that's when they closed everything. Now this Harvey house closed in 1942.
This building had sat vacant for 10 years. It had been used for office buildings, but then it was completely vacant and had sat vacant for 10 years. Well, you know what happens when a building sits vacant. It was just awful. They were going to tear it down, but that process got stopped.
Now I've heard 3 different stories how this building was saved, and this is the one I like best. It was going to be destroyed, the building was going to be destroyed, and they sent a plumber in here to see if there was anything that he wanted. And he knew that Almarine Childers was very interested in the building, and he called her, and there was already a bulldozer in the parking lot. She honked her horn when she drove in the parking lot. She got out and screamed and hollered. He couldn't hear her. She got between him and the building and did this. And that's how the Harvey house was saved.
I started back in 1994. I had just retired from teaching school, and they needed someone to write grants. So I'd never written a grant, but I said, I'm ready. And it was always exciting, you know, when we got grant money, because we thought, okay, we can do this now and we can do that. And so it was always exciting. Of course, we had plans, you know, what we were going to do first. We borrowed money from Citizens Bank once we got the building up, and only last spring got that debt paid off. So now anything that comes in, we can use that for repairs or to do other things. This was a special place to me because my dad was a Santa Fe engineer. So I used to bring him to work here, and I had a lot of good memories.
My mother was born in South Texas, and she didn't know what she wanted to do when she got out of school, high school. She tried a few things and they didn't work. And she saw an ad in the paper for Harvey girls. And so she applied. They weren't supposed to date Harvey girls, but my dad was a railroader and my mother was a Harvey girl. Something happened there.
Yeah.